Here's good.
Alright, here we go. Okay, first and foremost, tell me a little bit about the name of the band, where you are from, introduce yourselves.
Smells like someone died. We're from Amarillo, Texas. Man, we've been, golly, smells like someone died. We've been together for a little over 4 years now. This is probably the best lineup we've ever had. This lineup together, we've been together for about a year and a half. Davey would be, I guess, our newest member. He's been here, well, about a year and a half ago. Nate's been with us for about 3 years. Me and Billy, which we're here, the drummer, and we, I guess, are the only original members left. But otherwise, this is it. Yeah, we try to do our thing and thrash it out and have a good time.
Okay, and a little bit about y'all's thing. Tell me a little bit about style, genre, whatever it may be that makes y'all yourselves.
Honestly, I don't know. I know that we all come from different. We're all metalheads, and we all come from different backgrounds, so to speak. With that, and we call ourselves funeral thrash because it's just fun. It's a little bit a different way of calling, a different take on death thrash. But I think we got a little bit of everything in our sound. You can, if you're primarily we're thrash, but if you like death metal, even black metal, no matter what you like, if you like metal, you like us.
Okay, and you are from Amarillo, around there and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us a little bit about the scene around there. Is there any other bands that y'all would, hook up with, or is it just like one of those dead scenes?
No, the scene's all right. Right now, it's kind of picking itself back up off its feet and everything right now.
Amarillo's got some good bands. I mean,
Dawn of Ages,
Klaus.
Been coming back at Klaus. It's got a lot of CT around.
Discarcia. Yeah, there's Amarillo's pretty like anywhere else. Once you dive into the underground, you're gonna find a dickload of good bands. Hopefully,
And it seems to be a lot similar to what we've seen here in Victoria, where it's a pretty tight family community. Right there, so everybody tries to help each other out.
That's basically what it's about and everything, trying to help each other out, similar bands, similar feels,
Exactly.
Hey, bring y'all down here, let's play, definitely. Okay, do y'all have any releases? Are y'all planning on doing any releases, or where are y'all at on dealing with that?
Yes, I know. Well, we have 2 EPs out that we have self-released. Our first one, self-titled, we did back in '09, and our last one, which is titled Passage to Hades, came out in March of 2011. And we've been doing shows trying to promote that and just doing the band thing. Whenever we get back home, we get back in the practice house, we continue writing, and hopefully we'll have another EP or full length recorded by the end of this year.
Okay. If y'all want to answer this individually and everything, how did y'all specifically get into the music that y'all are in right now, and how is it dealt with in your own reality? How have you enjoyed it and everything?
See, I started off playing in punk and hardcore bands like years ago, and then got out of that, some friends of mine needed a vocalist, started getting into metal, which was totally different for me, and it took me a while to get used to, and then did that as more of I guess the pop metal type of stuff that's going on, and then that ended up falling apart. We did that for about a year, and then probably 4 or 5 years after that, I get a contact with All Red, wants me to come jam with them, and it was a completely different thing because it wasn't, super fast and all that. It took me a little bit to get into that, but once I got into it, I totally loved it, and we all have creative freedom, kind of just do what feels natural to us, and, so that's how I got to where I'm at now.
Cool.
I started listening to metal when I was about an early teenager, and it's all I've ever really listened to. Started playing the drums shortly after, and I just feel like it's really a stress relief for me to get behind the drums and just beat the hell out of them and take out all my aggression on that. And I've been playing for about 17 years now, and still dig it, love it.
Cool.
Oh man, I've been into metal for quite a while. I got into it probably when I was about 10, 11 years old. I had older siblings, and I discovered their, albums and cassette tapes and such, and it was basically Iron Maiden and Black Sabbath. And I was just, like I said, a 10, 11-year-old kid, got into that, loved it, and it just progressed from there. Then, the 90s death metal explosion was there, and got into that, and pretty much if it's metal and it's good, I like it. Started playing, when I was later teenage years, and basically I was one of them guys that I sat at home and played in my bedroom, did my thing, jammed my music and did my thing. And I've known Billy for quite a few years now through a mutual friend, and he was jamming with some guys and knew I played, and they needed somebody, so he called me up, and like I said, we're the last two out of that original group. We're the ones that decided the other guys needed to go, and we found better people and people that we like, and so we're here doing it. Yeah, right. We're
and
dedicated.
for the newest member, basically.
Well, I got thrown into guitar lessons early, and I went from. They taught me what they wanted to taught me: country, blues, all that stuff. But it was always the solo. It was always that high, squealing, passionate, driven solo that really connected with me. So I got into metal, but I got into the silver platter metal of what MTV wanted me to hear. And it was actually my friends and family here in Victoria that popped up with bands like Ice Stir, said, "Hey, check this out, Archie and me, Triple Bodum," and there's a whole world of metal that just wasn't handed to you on a platter. And that's really where I just delved deep into it, and I found those talented musicians that were doing those solos, that were doing that amazing stuff and all that. Yeah. So I started learning metal, then I sat back and waited for a band to come around. I didn't try to really go and look for one. I tried to start a few little bands here and there, but same thing. I'd known Allred before, working in a record store. Ran into him through a mutual friend, and he said, "Hey, we look for."
It's always a record store.
Yeah. Well, see, I was lucky. I was into music, and I got into did music stuff in college, and I got into the radio, and started a heavy metal show in our hometown, and I ended up doing that for 10 years. And that was a cool thing, because not only did I love heavy metal, and I got to express what I liked and show people and try to introduce them into cool shit.
Yeah.
But then it gave me a lot of, I met a lot of cool people, and I credit that radio experience with, just like with Nate. That's how me and Nate met each other. I met Nate because he was a promoter and he sang in bands, and obviously, hey, the radio guy, the promoter wants to get his stuff on the radio out there, and we became friends, and
connecting with like-minded people, and it's like, hell, they know their shit, I know my shit, let's try to figure shit out and everything and stuff.
It was just, I don't know, I think just with us four right now, is just meant to be, everything worked out, the right time, the right place.
Cool. What, especially for 2012, what do y'all expect out of yourselves?
I definitely need to get out and start playing more shows out of town, just anywhere we can, and we're going to try to tour in June. We're going to try to tour in June, head out west, and then, hopefully get another CD out. Hopefully a full length, would be nice. It'd be really nice. But just start playing more shows out of town, Local scene gets kind of dry after a while, so we stop playing all the time, every couple months we might play. And you notice bigger crowds with that, so we just start to get out more.
Playing out more shows, and then y'all realize it's like, well, I got to start dealing with reality, life, work, shit like that.
Yeah.
It's all about balance and everything.
Cool thing is all of us, we all have great jobs that let us do this, and are fairly supportive of it.
And that's what helps out. If you're in a job that it's like, fuck, I don't have no creative outlet. It's fucked up and everything.
Yeah, that's true. I hope 2012, like I said, this is our most stable lineup. We started, Smells Like Someone Died in 2007. And, it was me, of course, playing bass, Billy on drums. We had a different guitarist, we had a different vocalist. We've gone through, Nate's our second vocalist, and he really stepped up to the plate and became the vocalist we needed. and Davey is probably actually our fourth guitarist. And it seemed like, you know, every little bit of time that passed, we were doing a lineup change. And so,
Setting us back.
yeah, setting us back, exactly. So hopefully, I feel like this is a solid lineup. Like I said, this is the lineup that's supposed to be. So hopefully, this year we can actually focus on the band instead of focus on rebuilding the band, you know.
Yeah, and actually this is the first time that I have heard y'all play and everything. And, you know, y'all got the heavy stuff. And I remember there was just right before the second to the last track. It was very melodic, very, you know, just subtle. It was just like, you know, put you in your place, and it's like, yeah, this feels good. This feels great and everything. What was actually the name of that track?
Sex with
That's
Death.
Sex with Death. That's actually a new song. That's only the second or third time we played that out live. And yeah, that's
People seem to
Live
like
from
it.
the rest of our stuff.
I think that it's like we said, we all come from different backgrounds, and a lot of that is like Nate was kind of more into gothic stuff than some of us were, and that Sex with Death is a song that lets that shine a little bit. I guess you could say a little bit slightly more romantic feeling, if you want to say, so to speak. And you know, not screaming vocals necessarily right there, but a little bit of
it gave y'all range. It gave y'all something. Exactly, and everything.
That's something we wanted to, when we first started to write out the riffs and everything, was something to allow him to show more of his range, and thus us as a band to be able to pull off a lot more stuff. It was something totally new to the different. Well, I mean, all of our songs, we take pride in having their own sound. They stand out on their own. That one really allowed him more flexibility to show that we're not just all snarls and garls. We got, you know, we can get down and rip your solo part as well.
Yeah, and actually, I really enjoy that and everything. You know, I can be into the heavy stuff and everything, but yet whenever somebody that's heavy can bring in some melodic, bring in something that's like, wow, there's more feeling than just the heavy shit and everything.
It's
That's
almost
cool.
a risk too, you know. We're taking a chance
Yeah.
of playing something that the crowd might not like, and turn their backs on us and not come back for the rest of the show. But they seem to like it, and we got a good response from it.
yeah.
And it was really good on the first two EPs, because I had done some solo stuff, you know, in between bands before I joined them. It was more gothy, and we had 2 tracks, 1 track on the first EP and 1 track on the second EP of my solo stuff, and I wanted to do something with us that we wrote together, and so doing it live is a little different, because going from screaming to trying to sing over that is a bit of a change, but I think the more we do it, you know, it'll get better, and so 3 times we played it, we've had a fairly good response from it, so
Cool.
Digging that.
Cool.
You know, I think it's about just being influenced from a lot of different things and a lot of different styles of music, and it's like we'll kind of say in our little bio on our whether it's our Facebook or our website or whatnot, you know, we mentioned that, you know, we're not the newest, we're not the coolest, we're not the most technical or the heaviest thing you're ever going to hear, but what we are is we're heavy metal, plain and simple, and you know, we're going to write songs that stand out on their own, that are catchy, and if you like heavy metal, then you're going to like us. I mean, you know, unless you're a dick. But
Catchy is one of the key words there. We like to write catchy stuff where people are going to catch it and be like, oh, that's time.
Where it
Yeah.
sticks in your head,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and especially on y'all's last track, you know, it was a remake of.
that went down to Georgia.
Yeah, exactly. And it was like, yeah, that's a great song to do metal, but I've never heard it before. And y'all did it and everything, and it was just like, all right, it's catching on, it's coming, and it sounded great and everything. How did y'all come up with, you know, who was the one that actually came up with, hey, let's do this and shit?
That's a song I've always wanted to do, like heavy, you know. Like I've always been a fan of Charles Daniels, you know, and all Rebel Country. You know, there's like such feeling in there, and I think the two, like metal and that Rebel Country, really go together. You know, whether metalheads want to accept that or not. And then we were talking about doing cover songs. We threw out different ones, and I'm like, you know, I wanted to do something, you know, instead of like everybody else doing a metal cover, you know, let's do something totally different. Let's cover country, but do it our way.
Yeah.
You know, and that song totally lends itself to that. and everyone knows it.
Yeah, everybody
I don't
knows
care
it.
who you are. Everyone
And how
knows
that
it.
one transitioned along was really quick. Because that only took us probably 3 separate practices where we first pulled it up to where we actually made it all the way through pretty tight. We had our 4 cover songs we thought of, and we never picked one. We just all of a sudden started rolling with Devil, and we're like, this sounds fucking awesome.
We must have been practicing on our own without each other knowing it. Because we got to the practice house one night and we said, hey, let's try this. And there it was. We're like, I've been working on it. He's been working on it. He's been working on it. And we didn't know. So
That's exactly what that was, because Nate had mentioned it, and I think we'd all kind of had it in the back of our head, and we all just went and played with it on our own a little bit, and then we got it down, and Nate came over and was like, damn man, all right, and just went with it. But I mean, and it's a good song, I mean, whether you like country or not, Charlie Daniels shreds, I mean, it might be a violin, or I guess a fiddle, but he shreds the shit out of it. So,
people know that song.
Yeah, everybody knows that song. No matter what,
Right.
you know that song and everything. And that was cool. It was like, all right, here it comes. All right, well, shit, this sounds pretty good. Oh, fuck, yeah. And it sounded great.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Okay, I'm trying to wait for this wind to blow by. It'll be all edited, I guess.
Right. I can bust some ass and make some more wind.
Okay, now how can anybody get in contact with y'all? Facebook, I guess. What's the website? Lowdown.
We've got smellsLikeSomeoneDied.com. It is a work in progress, but we do have a teaser page up that has links to our Facebook, our Reverb Nation, MySpace, which we probably won't use too much longer.
I don't.
Yeah, we'll probably write it out to its extent, but I don't think we can with that too much. But Facebook and Reverb Nation, we've been happy with our Reverb response and all that kind of stuff. And then it has general contact information, how to get a hold of us to set up booking information.
Yeah, in this digital age, technological time, it's pretty much, if you got a computer, you can get a hold of us. You can type in "Smells Like Someone Died," and you're gonna find our website, our Facebook, something. You're gonna find emails and numbers. I mean, anybody that is interested in us, we're not hard to find. So that's for sure.
Okay. How did the name come up for the band?
Man, that actually came up. That was a mutual friend. Like I said, that was me and Billy, and of course, we were in the band with some different guys, and we were throwing around name ideas, and I don't think nobody was really happy with any of the names we were coming up with. Some were cool, some were not, whatever. And actually, me and Billy have a really good mutual friend, and I happened to be one day over at his house playing cards one night, drinking some beers, talking about names, and I told him, I was like, come on man, help me out with a name, come up with something. He's actually being a smartass. He was getting up to go get him another beer, and from the other room I heard him go, fuck man, just call it Smells Like Somebody Died. And he laughed, and I realized, I was all like, no man, I like that. Let's make it a little grammatically correct. Let's make it someone, not somebody, and brought that to the band. They liked it, and it was weird actually. Like just a couple weeks later, watching Tombstone, the Kurt Russell, Wyatt Earp movie and all that, and there's a line in there where he says, "You smell that, Bill? It smells like someone died." And it was all like, man,
yes.
It was just like we knew we picked the right name, and actually on our first EP we have a song called "What Can Death Do For You," and it's actually uses that sample in there. We put that sample in there, and it turned out really great. So it's very cool.
Some people think that we picked the name because of that movie, and it wasn't.
Yeah,
we had the name, and then he realized it was in that movie.
Yeah, a lot of people do think that we picked it because of Tombstone, but it's actually because my smart-ass friend Zach Lee. So.
That'll work. For 2012, what do y'all have in store? What do y'all plan on? What's itinerary for the remainder of the year that's coming up?
Shows, write songs, and record.
record, full length hopefully.
Okay.
Get away, as far away from Amarillo we can,
Everybody
Get our
always
name
wants to
out.
get away from their own little scene because it's like, fuck that. There's something better out there, and there always is.
Well, you can only do so much in your hometown.
Yeah,
You're
definitely.
gonna play eventually, once you get out there and do your thing, you're gonna end up playing to the same people, and it ain't gonna get you nowhere. You know, you're gonna play a hometown show and everybody's gonna hoot, holler for you, and make you feel like you're a superstar. The fact of the matter is, you got to get the hell out of there and go somewhere else, and get the experience of when you get done playing, 2 people clap and nobody gives a rat's ass, because that's gonna make you a stronger band. That's gonna determine whether you really got what it takes to get out there and, you know, continue what you're doing. You know.
Definitely. Well, thank you all. Do y'all have anything else y'all want to add, dealing with the band, dealing with, you know, contact information, whatever it may be?
Book smells like someone died.
What was that again? I'm sorry.
Book smells like someone died.
Okay.
All right.
What is that?
Yeah, just check us out. Go to our website, go to our Reverb Nation, our Facebook, listen to us. You know, send us a message, email us. You know, even if you're not interested, if you're not a promoter, if you're just a fan, just someone that wants to talk about guitars, metal, whatever. You know, we're metalheads, and like I said, if it's good, we like it, and hopefully that's the way people look at us. That we're good, and they'll like us. And, we want to make a connection with people, you know, and just have a good time doing it. You know, it's metal. You're not going to get super rich. You're not going to be a superstar. You know, it's like, you know, you have your Slayers and your Cannibal Corpses and stuff like that, but that's few and far between. You know, for every Slayer out there, there's 10,000 other bands out there just as good, and nobody knows about it. You know?
As long as you're doing what you enjoy, what you're
Right.
doing and stuff, and it doesn't matter as long as you're happy with your fucking life.
Exactly. Yeah,
All
you
right.
nailed it, man.
Cool. Well, I appreciate it. Thank y'all guys and everything.
I appreciate it.
Anything else? Blah blah blah. Nothing else. Blah. All right.
Blah 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 blah.
Exactly. All right. Well,